to talk about the MVP race just a little bit?
You want to talk about it?
I do. I have some things to say about the MVP race.
All right. Yeah. You know what? Listen, we could slot this in for a segment, maybe after the podcast, new segment or something like that. Let me pull it up on my phone here, because I know that the MVP ladder it keeps getting updated week by week. Let me see here.
And I'm looking at the official NBA one. That's the one that I'm looking at.
Official NBA MVP ladder. We got LeBron at number 1, Joel Embiid 2, Damian Lillard 3, 4, Steph Curry 5, Nikola Jokic 6, Donovan Mitch 7, Giannis 8, Durant 9, Leonard 10, James Harden. This was as of 3 days ago.
So straight up, Damian Lillard probably not going to win it. Just Portland's not high enough.
Hold on 1 second. Straight up. Dropping a bomb on us.
It just goes so long.
Hot take. Well, I mean, I can control it, but it goes for 7 seconds. Just feels like an eternity.
I know. All right, so straight up, Damian Lillard probably not going to win it.
Okay.
Portland is on an absolute tear right now, but they're just not high enough seeding there. You know what I'm saying? They're not.
Well, it's unfortunate because they're competitive, but they're not competitive enough, I think, to make it to the end dance.
Absolutely.
To the finals.
I really do believe it's between LeBron James and Joel Embiid. And if Joel Embiid won,
I think Steph Curry got to be in that conversation.
He's not.
Too.
He's not in the conversation.
I think he's got to be, man. He's been going crazy.
Bro, he's 8th seed.
I know, man. But there have been exceptions to the rule. I get what you're coming from, where it's the best man on the best team, Stephen Curry. And there's the media line for it. There's the the narrative for it. I think listen, if I had to give it to one guy, it would probably be LeBron and Joel Embiid over Steph Curry, but I don't hate the conversation you could have for Steph Curry. Because Steph Curry, as I said, there's a narrative there. He comes back. He's averaging, by the way, what he did in past years when he received the MVP award in back-to-back years. He's been making he's been playing like vintage Steph.
Yeah, but he's not playing better than LeBron and Joel Embiid. And he's not winning. He's averaging, 29.9 points per game. Super good, super great numbers. Not his best. Okay.
Well, this is right up there with his MVP years, because in his MVP years he was doing 30 and something.
Yeah, 30 something. He's not hitting 30 right now.
Well, he's 29.9, right?
Yeah,
29
basically, but he's not at that 30 mark. And another thing to note, he's skimming the playoffs. He is absolutely skimming the playoffs. With this logic, we should give the fucking award to Bradley Beal with this school of thought.
No.
Why?
Because the Wizards are absolutely abhorrently terrible. Steph is listen, Bradley Beal, great player, really fun to watch, absolute monster on the court. He's not leading his team in the same way that Steph Curry is leading his. And listen, as I said, I'd rather give it to LeBron or Joel, but Steph has changed his team in a way that's, I think, is pretty special. And of course, they're skimming the playoffs, but there's still a lot of roadage left.
Yeah, well, they're behind. They're behind quite a few. They're not even really close. 16 and 15. They have the same record as the Knicks, man.
The Knicks are competitive this year.
Yeah, it's so hard that the Golden State Warriors are competitive this year, but that's all you can say about this. Steph Curry, he's not going to win an MVP award if his team's not doing well.
I don't know, man.
His team is not doing well.
I don't know.
He's behind a lot. They're not playing well. They're not playing good basketball. I'd almost give it to Donovan Mitchell before I gave it to Steph Curry.
I could see that argument.
I would 100% give it to Donovan Mitchell before. Let me see what Donovan Mitchell's at.
That's actually a really good point. Yeah, because Donovan Mitchell, he's leading that Jazz team to the first spot in the West. Yeah.
Donovan Mitchell is not. He's not even close to 30 points per game. He's averaging 24.6 points per game and 5.1 assists per game. However, his team is
the best team in the West.
His team is the best team in the NBA. I mean, they've been playing like studs. They've been playing like ballers. They go out there and they win every night. They win consistently. They're the best team in the NBA so far this season, and it's not even close.
Yeah.
It's not even close. The only team
that's
the closest team to them is Los Angeles, and they're like 4 games up.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
what do you think? Dark horse pick for Donovan Mitchell? Because he's rated at 6th here.
I think Donovan Mitchell is a dark horse pick. I think realistically, it's got to go down between Joel Embiid and LeBron. And
out of those two, I'd probably give it to LeBron.
You see, the thing is that I usually always pick LeBron. I always think that LeBron gets snubbed because let's be honest, if there was no money involved, if they didn't have to split it up, LeBron James would get it every year. What I will tell you though is I think that Joel Embiid deserves it more this year.
Why is that?
The Sixers are just he's doing crazy. Joel Embiid is averaging 30 points per game and 11 rebounds a game.
Yeah, he has been going nuts.
And the Sixers, while they don't have quite as good a record as the Lakers, they are the number 1 seed in the East. He's getting it done. And you know what? It would be the first center to win the MVP award since Shaq in the year 2000.
That would be quite the scene.
I think Joel Embiid deserves. Listen, I'll be the first to tell you when LeBron deserves it or he doesn't. I think he's been snubbed out of this award at least 3 to 4 times in his career.
What do you think about the argument that people make that LeBron should get it just because he's doing what he's doing at his old age? I think that's a horrible argument.
It's a bad argument.
It's a horrible argument.
It's a bad argument. Sure. To set the bar lower for someone because of their age would
crazy.
Be cheating them out. You can't. Oh, we got to give this guy an award. Look how old he is.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
No,
you can't
terrible.
do that. In that case, Vince Carter should have fucking got it. Last year or the year before, when I don't even know.
Also, comparatively, I don't think Vince Carter is averaging LeBron numbers.
No, but just the fact that he was still in the NBA at that point. Oh, we got to give him MVP.
No, I mean, I don't think that's the argument that people are making. I think the argument that people are making is that LeBron is averaging better numbers than most of the, you know what I'm saying? And at his age, but I still don't think that's a good argument.
But LeBron is not having a record season. He's playing very well. Don't get me wrong. He's playing very well. But LeBron isn't this season does not really compare for him I can't find LeBron's name. Yep, there it is. LeBron James. He's averaging great numbers, but he's not averaging the best numbers of his career. You know what I'm saying? And we can't compare it to his career. We got to compare it to this season. And I think straight up just this season, Joel Embiid is doing more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a photo finish. I think it's going to come down to it. I got to put my vote on Joel Embiid's side, but, I mean, I wouldn't be upset. There's a lot of times where I'd be like, oh, if this guy doesn't get it, I'm going to be fucking upset. No, I think both of these guys realistically deserve it, and I think that there's no one that really even comes close. So either one of them.
Maybe Donovan, like we talked about Donovan Mitchell, but
yeah, but his numbers just aren't up there. If he stepped his numbers up, Donovan Mitchell definitely, but his numbers aren't there. And there's just no one else even. I mean, what are we gonna give it to Ben Simmons?
No, absolutely not. What?
The only person maybe come close to getting it, maybe like Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
And then
I wouldn't even give it to Kevin Durant.
Even then, it's not really even close.
Yeah, no. Yeah, all right. I could definitely see the argument for Joel Embiid. I'm not gonna die on a hill that I don't have to die on. You know.
Yeah.
I came in here with a certain viewpoint, but you definitely. I think you've.
It's gonna be a photo finish. It's gonna be a photo finish.
Could very well be.
Because there's no one even close to either one of them, and they are pretty neck and neck.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? LeBron is really just his stats are
crazy.
The stat sheet's filled for LeBron.
And same with Joel.
They're filled. I mean, Joel's definitely getting it done in the points and rebounds department, but LeBron is just doing everything. Yeah. LeBron is just really doing everything, but he's not obviously averaging as much points or rebounds.
Yeah, maybe it's because he's more spread apart. I think. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm talking about? He's more of a. Joel is he's a facilitator, but I feel like Joel is a very versatile big, but LeBron might just do more stuff on a daily basis.
He does.
You know what I'm saying? So it might be more like if LeBron really wanted to focus in just on one aspect, let's say scoring, this might be a little bit of a hot take. I think he can make a surge and win over Joel. But he's a team player. He's a guy, like you said, that can do so much stuff on the court.
Yeah.
Whereas Joel Embiid, he is a very well-rounded player for a big in terms of his scoring ability, in terms of his ability to pass the ball, but he's more focused. His game is more centric.
Oh yeah,
it's absolutely. A smaller circle of stuff that he can do.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. But I could definitely. I think I agree with you here, Nige. I came in thinking it was maybe going to be more like LeBron, but hearing you say what you said, man, it seems like
it can go either way.
And there's also the media narrative there for Joel Embiid.
Yeah. Well, LeBron as well. They both have the media on their side.
But like you said, he'd be the first center to win it since Shaq.
Yeah, that'd be a big
crazy.
Deal. That'd be a huge accomplishment for the guy. I mean, listen, he's definitely been having an MVP season. Guy just dropped 50 points. Okay, you know who does that? You know who drops 50 points?
Usually guards.
MVPs drop 50 points.
And MVPs.
You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts. And if Portland was just doing a little bit better, I'd give it to Dame. But I can't. It's gotta.
So it would really just have to be if Portland tore it up the rest of the season, the regular season.
Well, they'd have to go on a good 10, 11 game win streak, and then maybe another one.
And Dame would probably have to drop 40 points a night.
Yeah, but he'd do it.
He could.
He could do it. He could do it.
Dame is a dog, man.
I love Dame. I don't think he's going to get the respect he deserves on his career because I think that man is not talked about enough.
Yeah. Well, he's not, unfortunately. It's because of the team he plays for, I think.
Hey, man.
What are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
What are you going to do? All right.
All right.
How do you feel, man?
I feel good.
You feel great?
Yeah. A good pod.
That's what I like to hear.
Good little segments before and after, and then a solid 30.
We're going to walk out of here and actually just bust ass on the snow.
Oh, God, yeah, because it's sticking. It was sticking when I went in.
I know. I was scared. I was like, I hope it don't stick. And then it started sticking.
Yeah, it started sticking. So who knows if we even have Fridays. Well, that's a while from now.
No, we'll have Friday's episode.
In here.
Yeah, 100%.
All right, guys. Well, that's been the podcast for today. This is the After the Pod segment, but I'll probably just do this outro and then another outro for the podcast because we have to do 2 of these. But, yeah, without further ado, thank you for listening, and we'll see you guys in the next one.